Hello and welcome back, I'm Arumba, thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Ragusa. We're gonna take care of our subjects' rebels. And we're gonna go occupy that province if our subjects haven't done it already. And I'm currently restocking the sailor count on these combat ships so we can go blockade Genoa, land an army over there, and do some stuff with things. Alright, let's keep this army together. How's the Reformation going? I haven't really looked at it much. I know we converted one dude to Orthodox. He's still Orthodox. We also force converted Genoa. Wow. Look at that. The Reformation's like right there. Reformed, Reformed, Reformed. So all three Reformed centers are right here. Protestant center here. Wait. Is there only one Protestant center of Reformation left? It looks like somehow the two other ones got killed. I only see one Reformed center. Or sorry, one Protestant center. So the Reformation's not going well, based on that. My guess is two one-province miners spawned at the first couple, and then they got their religion forced on them, so it killed two of them. That's not a center, that is being converted by this one. If there's ever like this little progress bar, that means that one of the centers is doing the conversion. It's the ones that don't have any progress bars that are the actual centers. You think that they just haven't spawned yet? Really? Usually the first three Protestants spawn before the Reformed portion of the Reformation even kicks off, in my experience. Alright, we're ahead time on tech. Let's start buying down our inflation, I think. Alright, having 7% inflation. Let's just go down to 1%. Alright, so that's done. I think our subjects might take care of that. Let's tell, just in case, Georgia to go there. This army can march home. A couple more months on the ships to repair. And we should be able to go fight Genoa's two heavies. Depends on the Reformation desire. Well, the Protestant spawns around 95% Reformed desire. And Reformed spawns at like nearly 200%, if I remember correctly. So generally, all three of the Protestant centers spawn ahead of the Reformed centers. I think, when I see this, I predict that the other two Protestant centers are already dead. I don't think that they have yet to spawn. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. Mamluks cede Aleppo, Tarablis, Damascus, Harma, Antioch, and Homs to the Ottomans. He took Clay. Yeah, we lost military access. Our troops were going to just keep marching for a while and then get turned around, unfortunately. Reassessment survey's fine. We have some professionalism already. 19.43. We're just drilling for a bit. 6 galleys versus 2 heavies. Is that enough? Maybe not. We might lose ships if I do that. We'll pull the light fleet as well. Have them go help when it's time. Like 2 more months. Aragon likes us enough to give us military access, so we'll start ferrying troops into Cagliari. It's gonna be slow going, but I don't... You know, we should probably go to Palermo first, just so that we're not stuck with like a 2-stack here. Because Genoa could definitely beat that army. Well, actually, no, we can trap him if we just blockade him. Never mind. Be fine. Can you see the religion map mode while in the timeline? No. That would be way too cool and obviously good, right? So, of course, no one at Paradox considered that somebody might want to, you know, see a time-lapse of the religious map mode. It would be incredibly easy to implement as well. But, no. No, a merchant collects nothing? Why is that? Oh, it's because we probably have penalties to our collection or something. Why are we no longer getting trade power from Pope Man? Oh, right, yeah, that's because of this. Absent merchant. That's just temporary, though. I mean, it is for 6 more years. Okay, we'll pull him back for now. Easy choice. So yeah, what happened there is that the merchant provided 2. Absent merchant in the node reduces that base number by 10, putting us negative, and then because we have no trade power in the node, the Pope isn't required to give us half of his trade power, so we just miss out on the money. But eventually we could go back to the Genoa node, like, say, after we vassalize Genoa, which is about to happen. Okay, we forgot our icon. Let's grab the fleet together. I want to see if maybe we can pick off those 2 heavies before we start trying to ferry troops over, so that I can keep the light fleet actually doing stuff. Perfect. Pick it off? Fast enough? No. Alright, well, we'll just take a few months and ferry them over manually. Or not manually, but like without the lights doing their job. Couldn't hurt to have a couple more transports anyway, right? We're allowed to build a flagship now. Let's get that started. Build flagship in Ragusa. What shall we call it, chat? You know my favorite name, trade more, but I'm willing to go with something different today. Bodie McBoatface. That's also a great name. Ooh, that's a good one. The HMS Buckets of Ducats. Buckets of Ducats. I like it. Glorious. We will do trade power per ship. We'll do fleet morale, and we'll do fleet movement speed. Because those are the best for trade purposes. Pennsylvania's opinion goes down, or it doesn't. Easy choice. HMS without a monarchy? True. We're not a monarchy, but let's build another transport as well. Term is up for Rector Cipriano Pazza, age 51. The nephew's not very good. The aristocrats already have too much influence. I don't want to elect another random aristocrat. But I want military points, so I think we just re-elect this guy. He might die soon, but in the meantime, we're not increasing the influence of the faction by too much. So since we only have 2 transports, we have to do it this way. We just have to sit and wait until we have enough troops here to go fight that 7 stack. What do I think is the strongest leader trait? I would answer that question based on the way I normally choose ideas or leader traits at the start of like a custom nation campaign. I value scholar and free thinker the most. Scholar, I think, is the best. Scholar's the one that gives minus 5% tech cost. Because it plays into innovativeness and just, you know, generally being ahead of time, being better than your neighbors. I think those two are the strongest. Situationally, I would say maybe Silver Tongue, improve relations over time to decay aggressive expansion, or whatever the name of the trait is that gives minus aggressive expansion. I like it when I occasionally cycle through advisors that have guaranteed pips, like if I'm hiring a bunch of generals. Those are convenient. Ooh, Grand Bank Fisheries. Looks like Norway's been colonizing. Okay, there's 10 troops. Let's go fight. And with 10 on 7, we might not actually kill him. So I'm gonna vacate this sea tile and come back so that if he tries to cross the strait to retreat, we can cancel the access and stack wipe him. And actually get, like, stuff from it. Okay, he just died. That's fine. Still gonna keep the whole fleet here. Because when those heavies pop out, I really don't want vassal Genoa to have those, because they're gonna cost him a lot of money, and I can't do anything to make him get rid of them. I think we should kill him. I also think we desperately need more transports. I kind of maybe feel like we should have brought at least one artillery over. We could do a barrage with our navy. Hey, look, professionalism. We don't want state firearm regiments. We full annex him, then release. We conquered land that I think he has cores on. So if I annex him, we would have to give him Azov and Kaffa. I don't really want to do that. He's already Orthodox, and he's already a republic of the same type as us, so there's not a lot of value in annex and release. It would give him our tech, 10-10-10, possibly change his idea groups, but I can make him lose the cores. Are they primary culture? I mean, true. As part of the peace deal, we could force him to... Can we? Can we make him abandon the cores if we're annexing him? I can't remember now. Alright, that's looking pretty tempting, actually. We hire the missionary for a little while. $5 ducats a month, but we only have to do it for 16 months. It's like 80 ducats to get this province converted. That's still quite expensive. But unity is kind of an issue, so I think we do it. Religious ideas do it. Alright, so we're drilling, we have... Wow, that seemed like it went by really fast. We already have the HMS Buckets of Ducats. Sweet. There's possibly an argument to have gone for the privateer modifier. I didn't consider that because I almost never need to. I forgot that I was privateering primarily. I guess for now, let's just keep the fleet together, though. I'm not planning to annex him, I'm planning to force vassalize him. In which case, he will keep the heavies. Cash on rest -2, extremely strong. Yeah, so like for the flagship, if I had thought about it maybe a little bit more, I probably would have gotten rid of the 5% fleet morale modifier and instead gone for the Jolly Roger, the privateer efficiency modifier. But eventually we're not going to be doing privateering, so I think long term it still probably makes sense to stick with the standard fleet setup. Alright, let's just temporarily go over the relationship limit. Saimithes is dead. And still plan to integrate Croatia so we have the extra slot soonish. So we're going to annex this. And again, if I make him revoke his cores on this stuff, I would have to let him keep Montrega. I can't take Montrega and make him abandon the Montregan core. And I want Montrega, because it's on the coastline. Even if it's only at 5 development, it's part of a state that I care about. Granted, we will lose prosperity here because of the devastation. Maybe we let him hold on to it for a bit, actually. I mean, annex and release is actually possibly something I'm willing to do. He hates us. His tech is garbage. We could make his tech a lot better. Montrega would be the 21st province, yes. I'd probably unstate Sirmia if we were to do it. 14 corruption, though. You have a good eye. I don't normally look at that number. Yeah, I think annex and release makes more sense, don't you? This is part of the culture group, so we're allowed to release him from Corsica. The rules for releasing a subject are that they have to have a core in their culture group. So if the only province he had was this, you cannot release Genoa from this province, because this is part of the Byzantine culture group. But you can release him from Corsica because it's part of the primary culture group of his land. So yes, we can release Genoa. So yeah, let's full annex release, I think. I don't care about his core on Chios. I don't want that to cause issues with the Ottomans. So Genoa can be released, as I said would be true. And yeah, so I'm kind of tempted to just let him have Montrega. We'll seize it from him eventually. That way he'll isolate this 18 devastation and protect our prosperity in this state. And once the devastation's gone, then we can seize it and reintegrate the land. He keeps his corruption, but his tech updates to 10-10-10, and he forgets about the horrendous things we've done to him in the past. Kind of weird how the corruption persists. That makes Georgia slightly disloyal. Just having that many subjects. Okay. Did I just read that right? Did we just get in trade dispute against Genoa? Yeah, I guess it's because they're a merchant republic like us. So you always have the CB even if they're a vassal. Still, it's kind of odd to see that you've gained it against your subject. Alright, I'm gonna take a short break here. I'll be back in the next episode if you're watching this on YouTube. Stick around if you're watching it on Twitch. See you in a second.